The bombshell all Barça fans were waiting for has just dropped. The Argentina match has ended, and Julián Álvarez himself has appeared before the media to confirm it, to fulfill the dream of all Barcelona fans. Just a few minutes ago, Julián Álvarez's dream came true. Julián Álvarez has shaken up the transfer market. It's crazy. All the media are talking about this, and Julián Álvarez has just taken the final step. He spoke publicly after the match and said the phrase that will define the summer transfer market for FC Barcelona. Because the Argentine striker has admitted that he has already spoken with Atlético de Madrid and that for him, the best thing is a transfer. Yes, it's not a leak, it's not a rumor, no journalist has come out to say it, it was Julián Álvarez himself. And pay attention, because according to the information that comes with the news, obviously Barça is Julián Álvarez's #1 target. The player will leave Atlético de Madrid and sign for Barça. But wait, because what's really important isn't just that he wants to leave, the important thing is that he has decided to do it right now. And that changes everything. Because remember that Real Madrid at the time offered 150 million euros. No one else said anything. Real Madrid couldn't get him. Real Madrid couldn't sign him because the player wants to sign for Barça. For weeks there was talk of offers, meetings, calls, negotiations. But the key piece was missing. The opinion of the main character in all this. The opinion of Julián Álvarez. And my fellow Barça fans. Julián Álvarez has just confirmed it right now. We already have the key piece because he explained that he spoke with Atlético de Madrid and believes that the transfer, as of today, is the best for all parties. It's a very short sentence, but it has an impressive meaning because a footballer who is completely happy with his life would never go before the media to admit that he wants to leave. That means his decision is already made, that the player has made his move, that he doesn't want to go to Arsenal, that he doesn't want to go to Liverpool, that he wants to play for Barcelona. And here comes the most important part. And the thing is, for a very long time, Deco and Laporta have considered Julián Álvarez the perfect striker, the ideal striker, the unmatched striker. He has to lead Hansi Flick's project together with Lamine Yamal. Just imagine Julián Álvarez with Lamine Yamal, with Pedri. And company doing tricks, causing mischief. And we're not just talking about goals, we're also talking about his pressing, because Julián Álvarez's pressing, in fact, we've seen it today in the Argentina match, is crazy. This player is going to tear it up. This player is going to make history at Barcelona. I have no doubt about it. Also, Fabrizio Romano himself, just in case any detail was missing, has also confirmed it. The well-known, highly respected journalist, Fabrizio Romano. He also reported it in the past few hours. He said that Barça's interest is the same as it has been for a couple of weeks, and that Atlético de Madrid's position was to wait and see if the player would make a decision, and also to see if Barcelona would make that offer or not. We already know there was an offer of 100 million euros on the table. I think now it's Barça's turn to negotiate. Now it's Barça's turn to make a move again. And the red and white club maintains, as we already know, and as was said a few weeks ago, that in principle they were not going to sell the player, and reminded everyone that any deal would have to be negotiated directly with them. Once this has happened, once Julián Álvarez has decided to drop the bomb, that doesn't mean everything will be easier, not at all. Because when the player communicates internally that he wants to leave, it's no longer about money. It's not about the price or anything else. We're discussing the player's desire, and Barça no longer needs to persuade him. Barça already knows Julián wants to join. Barça already knows that this signing is going to happen no matter what. What we don't know, and it hasn't been confirmed yet, obviously, is whether there will be any player included in that deal. We can talk about Casado, about Marc Bernal, who we also said at the time could possibly leave. We don't know what Atlético de Madrid is going to ask for now either, but the beginning of everything has just happened. I mean, the most important news is the one I'm repeating to you in this video, which I think is truly wonderful. Hit the like button, subscribe, because I'm practically telling you this exclusively. No one is talking about this yet because there hasn't been time. Just a few minutes ago, the news was confirmed, and now many are probably wondering, why Barça? The answer is pretty simple, because in terms of sports, it's the project that fits Julián the best. And I'll tell you something else. because Julián comes from playing at Atlético de Madrid, where he'll never really be able to play football the way he likes. Hansi Flick wants a striker who not only scores goals, but also applies the pressing we've discussed, which will be crucial. Julián Álvarez is going to do that, and I'm sure he's going to stand out at Barcelona. He knows how to link up. He knows how to move out wide. He can create spaces. Exactly the qualities he's been showing since River Plate, then at City, and now lately also at Atlético de Madrid. Also, Barça knows perfectly well that Lewandowski needs a great backup, a quality replacement. I mean, you can't just sign a stopgap, and you can't just take a gamble and say, look, I'm going to make a signing and see how it turns out. No. Barça, with these intentions of, fighting for the Champions League, why not say it like that? Well, they have to make a signing on the level of Julián Álvarez himself. I love this signing. I love that Julián Álvarez himself said it publicly. Within the club, they believe that Julián has absolutely all the perfect qualities to be one of the best forwards in the world. Now, that obstacle everyone is talking about is clearly Atlético de Madrid, because losing Julián is already going to be a very tough blow. I mean, that's clear. But losing him so that he heads to Barça is even worse for them. Just a few days ago, Enrique Cerezo himself publicly insisted again that Atlético de Madrid does not want to sell the Argentine. He said that just a few days ago. Everything has changed now, and it's clear he has a long-term contract. It's probably one of the deals, and I'm not exaggerating at all, that Barça is going to have not only in this transfer window, but in recent years. I have no doubt about it. There will be tension, offers, and counter-offers. Here we are going to inform you about absolutely every move that Barça makes, everything Atlético de Madrid says, and every word that Julián Álvarez himself says. So subscribe and smash that like button. The difference is that now the player has already spoken. In case anyone is going to ask me, what's the difference between yesterday and today? Well, the player has spoken, and that has completely changed the situation. Now, all eyes are on Barça's offices, which I suppose must be really busy right now, because Deco himself already knows that until a few days ago, it wasn't official, and now it is official. Julián wants to leave Atlético de Madrid. He said it himself, it wasn't any journalist. And when this opportunity comes up, you can't just sit and wait. Deco, do it now. Move today and close that signing, please. Barça will review the financial formula, and I assume there will be a sale. I'm not sure about the current situation, but the last discussion was that Barça could sign a player of this caliber. So everything is on the table, because we're talking about a footballer who can, not just can, but will, define an era at Camp Nou. And that's precisely why Laporta is not going to let the opportunity to sign one of the best strikers right now slip away. The truly important thing today is not whether the signing is done. It's not. But the best part is that the player has already taken that step, and honestly, for the first time, Julián himself has acknowledged it publicly. When a player of that level makes that decision, it's because everything has already changed. So, friends of the Barça Hoy channel, the story between Barça and Julián Álvarez is more alive than ever. There were people out there saying no. There were people saying he would never come. Well, today a statement has been made. Barça yesterday, Barça today, Barça always. See you in the next video.